Welcome back to Everything Whiskey. I'm Callum,
And I'm Sam.
and today we're reviewing Johnnie Walker Lowlands Origins.
Alrighty, so this one is Johnnie Walker 12. It's a variation on the original 12 black label, but it's used with a blend of exclusively Lowland malts. And they use a few different ones. I'm not really sure. They don't state it, obviously. They have Glenkinchie is listed, and I think there's another one, Cameronbridge or something. But they don't list the other ones, but it's 40%.
42, I think it is.
42? Yeah.
Yeah, 42 in the box.
Yeah, it's the Johnnie Walker does a few different one of these Origin series. There's a Isla one, and
There's one from every region, I think, in Scotland.
I only saw three, but
It's only three.
But this is the only just general blend. A lot of I think all the ones are blended malts, so not much of a difference with that. But anyway, it's an interesting idea, I guess, for Johnnie Walker. They're gonna, I don't know, branch out a little bit, do something different because they've got such well-known base offering, I guess. There.
I mean, it worked because I bought these. My intention was to buy all the regions, but I never got round to doing it.
Anyway, we'll hop into the tasting notes on this one because, I mean, I haven't had this one for quite a while. We've been doing a lot lately in regards to coming back to whiskies we tried a long time ago and just bringing out because we're in quarantine. We figure, I don't know, it's a good time to just touch back on the things that we used to have an opinion on that we might have a drastically changed opinion on now. So we'll see how we go with this one.
Yeah, well, I bought this 2 or 3 years ago, coming back from overseas. It's even got the sticker still on the top. It says it was 1,500 baht, so I bought it in Thailand somewhere. And yeah, we've still got about half a bottle left.
Yeah.
So we've been dipping in and out of this, and I think it was about a year ago we last tried this whiskey.
Yeah, it was. But I mean, a lot of the other ones that we haven't touched on in a while, I remember as not very good. That's why we kind of left them there.
Yeah.
And we've been happily surprised with the majority of them coming back to them. This one I remember leaving off with not a bad opinion on it anyway. It was a pretty decent, enjoyable blend.
I think the reason why we have so much is because we like the more interesting whiskies, whereas this is more like a mainstream, kind of like a boring. Yeah. I mean, not. That's
what. Yeah. No, yeah. No, that's fine to say. I reckon it is more boring. It's more simple. It's more kind of like run-of-the-mill, generically enjoyable.
Yeah.
We are a big fan of really drastic flavors at the moment. We're liking what Balcones is having to offer lately.
Yep.
We're doing good stuff.
With like Isla's, high-proof scotches, high-proof bourbons, which is not scotches.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll hop into the notes of this one though. Haven't?
Yep. It's very friendly on the nose.
Yeah, I'm not getting any alcohol ping whatsoever.
Yeah, none. Very floral, vanilla. Maybe a bit of raisins, like a slight raisin note on the nose.
Sweet, caramelly, toffee.
Honeysuckle.
Yeah, maybe some honeysuckle. It is like that floral sweetness.
Yeah.
You can say, yeah, honeysuckle. What are those Japanese pink flowers? The
cherry blossom.
Yeah, cherry blossom kind of smell.
It actually kind of reminds me of a Japanese whiskey now that you mention it.
It is, yeah. That's
why. It's very similar.
The thing about whiskey is it's very tasting notes are very suggestible.
Mm.
Kind of mention something, and if it's along the lines and someone's got a similar experience, they can probably align with you to your, whatever note you're giving.
From my memory, this is what the cheetah actually kind of smells like from Suntory.
Yeah, we've been saying the cheetah a lot when it comes to like Highlands and Lowlands, and
they're very similar. Yeah, we should do a comparison down the line.
It's been a while since I've had a Lowland. I think I do get.
I don't think I've ever bought an actual
overlap
Lowland.
That's what I mean. I'm not sure because we do get confused with some of the overlap in region, like the whole Speyside Highland argument. But no argument, it's just a fact. But It's buttery smooth. I've actually had mine sitting out for like 10 minutes now and didn't taste it. And that's all kind of, I'm not sure what yours is after being freshly poured, but mine just tastes like butter.
Mine's got, I wouldn't call it alcohol burn, but it's definitely a little bit bitey and a little bit spicy. It's a nice, actually. It's a bit cold in my office at the moment, so it's got that slight chill factor to it as well. But it's still managing to hold up those pepper flavors and notes. Obviously all those butter and floral throughout as well.
Yeah, I'm getting like real buttery, like thick creaminess. The sweetness is still there.
It's actually a very oily whiskey as well, as you can see.
Yeah,
running down the glass.
The legs look like.
It's actually not as bad as I remember.
I don't even remember it to be particularly bad. I don't remember it being this damn smooth though. That might be just leaving it for 10 minutes.
Yeah, mine's not exactly smooth.
More bite and more ethanol and stuff. Maybe a good recommendation would be just leaving it for 10 or so minutes. It's a really good idea to do with whiskies, especially if they're freshly corked, decorked. If you've just popped it and it's a bit too hot for you, pour a glass, leave it for 10 minutes and go back to it, because some of the alcohol will evaporate and it'll oxygenate a little bit, and it'll become easier whiskey to kind of like approach if you're a little bit new to high alcohol, which this is not new. It's not high alcohol, but still
it's very low.
Got that more budget ethanol pang to it.
But it's got very friendly notes. Like, just then as that taste, it's a real strong toffee. I think I would say. It's like a toffee smoothness through it.
Mine is quite thin though, I do have to say. On the taste. Thin being like, it's oily, but it's, I don't know, the flavors really drop off quickly for me. That's what I mean by thin. There's not much of a finish. I get
that.
I get a little bit of vanilla maybe. Some of the sweetness sticks around, but it's really quickly dropping off. Like, there is no lingering, you know how you get some really, high phenolic whiskey, and that thing can just sit there and tick away and change for 30 or so seconds. But this, as soon as you've swallowed it, you've got like a second and then it's gone.
I have a little bit of spice lingering in the lips. Just a tiny little bit though. It's not much at all. It might be because I've just opened and poured it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually quite nice. I actually really enjoy this whiskey.
Yeah.
I don't know why I've left it. Normally I polish off these kinds of whiskies that I can drink easily, and
a lot of whiskey drinkers, I don't want to generalize, but you go through kind of like a stage where you get into things like this and you enjoy it, like Dimples and Johnnies and stuff like that, and then you kind of get into this just buying stage where you just purchase as much crap as you can because you want to taste whiskey, because you're enthusiastic about it, and then you kind of like evolve past all the things you had, and then you've suddenly got this rather large collection of whiskies that you used to like, or used to be motivated to taste, and you've kind of grown past it and are finding more, I don't know about boutique, but more craft or more, I don't know, higher on the list of whiskey aficionados lists.
Yeah, I look down here to my little whiskey collection that I've got, and about half of them I don't really drink all that much.
Yeah,
because of that I've grown out of them.
Yeah, exactly.
But in quarantine we're going back reviewing them, and they're actually really nice.
Yeah, it's a good idea to do that.
If you found
those collections sitting around, go back if it's been a while and just approach it with a completely different set of eyes, and see what kind of opinion you've got. It might even help you with the whiskies you already do like now, because it might give you just, I don't know, a different flavor profile that you haven't had in a while.
Yeah.
Because I find that's what it does for me. If I have something that I haven't had before or for a while, it can kind of open up. It can change notes that I have had in other whiskeys. So,
all right. So as I said before, I bought this overseas in Thailand, and it was 1,430 Thai baht. So that equates to about 64 Australian dollars. At our local bottle shop, it's around $70.
Yeah.
So I got it for cheaper than what it probably should have been. But I highly suggest getting this whiskey.
Yeah.
It's actually really nice for what it costs.
Probably cheaper for you where you are, unless you live in Australia like us. because Australia's prices are really inflated, so
Mm.
it'll be even cheaper for you. So it's definitely worth a try. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Everything Whiskey. I hope you liked it. If you've had the Johnnie Walker Lowlands Origins, then let us know what you think of it. Check out our socials below. We'll see you in the next one.
Cheers.